So, we're 5 days into a military conflict between the US and Iran that seems to be escalating by the hour. But what is actually happening on the ground? In this explainer, we're going to cut through the noise, separate the facts from the official spin, and try to make sense of this fog of war.
All right, let's dive right in with the most fundamental question. 5 days into this thing, where do we actually stand? As you're about to see, the answer is, well, it's not simple at all.
You know, if there's one theme that defines this whole situation, it's uncertainty. The entire narrative is just being pulled back and forth by these wildly contradictory statements coming out of Washington and Tehran. And nobody seems to have a clear answer on when or even how this ends. It's the classic fog of war.
Okay, so let's start by building a baseline. In this first section, we're just going to focus on the confirmed military events. What do we actually know has happened on the ground as of day 5?
So, fact number 1. We are on day 5 of what are pretty intense and ongoing military operations.
Now, this is where you start to see the sheer scale of what's happening. The US is reporting a massive air campaign, hitting over 2,000 targets. But the really big one here, the one that makes you sit up and take notice, is the sinking of an Iranian warship by a US submarine. I mean, this is the first time that's happened since World War II. That is a major event.
But, you know, alongside the actual fighting, there is this fierce information war being fought. Two completely different stories are being told to the world, and you really have to understand both of them to get a grip on what's going on.
From the White House, the message is one of total confidence, total success. President Trump's statement here really sums up the official US position. Everything is going according to plan, and we are achieving all of our objectives.
And this slide, this just lays out the disconnect perfectly. On the left, you have the White House talking about an extraordinarily successful operation, giving concrete numbers like over 20 ships sunk and claiming they're gaining full and complete control of the air. But then you look at Tehran's response on the right. They're not really arguing the military details. Instead, they're focused on shutting down any talk of diplomacy, calling reports of back-channel talks a complete lie. It's like they're fighting two different information wars.
So you might be wondering, what's allowing all this to continue? Well, a huge part of the answer lies in a key political decision made right in Washington, D.C., one that's given the administration the domestic support to keep moving forward.
And here's exactly how that went down. Democrats in the Senate tried to halt the attacks with a bill, but Step 2, the Republican-controlled Senate rejected it. And the result, Step 3, is that the military operations effectively got a green light to continue from a key branch of the US government. And this whole political drama isn't over yet. We're expecting a very similar vote to happen in the House of Representatives. And really, the outcome of that vote could either lock in the political mandate for this campaign, or potentially really complicate things.
So, that political green light brings us right back to the biggest, most troubling questions hanging over this whole conflict. What is next, and how long is this going to last? The fact that nobody has answers is creating a ton of anxiety around the world.
I mean, just listen to this. When the US Defense Secretary was asked for a clear timeline, this was his response. It could take 6, 8, 3 weeks. That vagueness, it's incredibly telling. It pretty much signals that even at the very top of the Pentagon, there is no solid, predictable end date for any of this.
And what's more, it seems like even close allies can't agree on how effective the campaign has been so far. You've got the Pentagon projecting a lot of confidence, saying Iran's capabilities are diminishing with each passing hour. But then, in stark contrast, Israel's ambassador warns that Iran still has significant capabilities and that there's a long way to go. Two very different assessments.
And here's why this all matters so much beyond the immediate conflict zone. This fog of war, this lack of clarity, has very real consequences. It's putting immense pressure on global financial and energy markets, and that impacts economies all over the world.
And that leaves us with the most important and honestly the most unsettling question of all. With no clear off-ramp in sight and these two dueling narratives, what's the risk that this thing spirals out of control and pulls the entire region into a much wider war? That's the question that leaders around the globe are grappling with right now.
This is obviously a situation that is changing by the day. So to keep following this story and to get concise analysis on other global hotspots, make sure to subscribe to our Global Conflicts Brief channel. Thanks so much for watching.